I believe that abortion should be safe and legal in this country. I have since the time that my mom took that position when she ran in 1970 as a U.S. Senate candidate. I believe that since Roe v. Wade has been the law for 20 years, that we should sustain and support it. And I sustain and support that law and the right of a woman to make that choice.
This is the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
Good evening. In a landmark ruling, the Supreme Court today legalized abortions. The majority in cases from Texas and Georgia said that the decision to end a pregnancy during the first 3 months belongs to the woman and her doctor, not the government. Thus, the anti-abortion laws of 46 states were rendered unconstitutional.
There was an assumption that if you had a baby, if you were a mother, you were no longer entitled to pursue a career. Abortion rights meant symbolically that women did have choices. Women could say, not now, later, or not at all.
A citizen does not have liberty when the government controls their body. In fact, if you can move freely in pursuit of happiness or whatever, you have liberty. If you do something wrong and have to be incarcerated, that's when the government can have control of your body. So the idea that liberty and privacy are one and the same, in most situations, I can understand that. I don't see the problem with our Constitution referring to liberty and privacy and keeping the government's hands off our bodies, or letting us walk freely without being under government control unless we do something wrong.
You may not know this, but before Roe versus Wade, this was the method of abortion. A is for appalling. This is the way women would try to abort the fetuses. In back alleys, in dirty doctors' rooms, even in their own bathrooms. And interestingly enough, some are still doing this because they don't have access to good health care. Roe versus Wade was decided in 1973. My generation fought for it. The court ruled that a right to privacy under the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment extended a woman's right to have an abortion. We all have an inalienable right via the Declaration of Independence to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
The state ought not to be telling doctors how to regulate pregnancy.